What's up, guys? It's Lefty here with the play of the day for Thursday, June 24th. I was looking at some trends and streaks today, and I don't know why I just haven't been betting the Astros minus 1.5 the past 2 weeks. It's always funny how, obvious things look after the fact. I always do this even on a nightly basis. I'll look at scores and always think, why didn't I bet that team? Or, of course, that game would go over, or, of course, that would be a low-scoring game. But one trend or streak I have been following is betting more favorites. I've talked about this in the past market report videos and in the Discord community as well. A couple weeks ago, I made a post in the MLB channel in the Betting Network's Discord community. Talked about how I'm looking to back more favorites. Not necessarily here for the play of the day games, because I do want to try to keep the average bet size close to even money. Just in my overall personal betting, I've been betting more favorites. This time of the year, hitters start to catch up to pitchers. They may have seen them a few times this year. The weather starts to get warmer across the country, which we know warmer weather equals better hitting environments. But the real X factor this year has been, pitchers adapting to life without sticky stuff. All these factors would make more sense for betting overs, but the odds makers are sharp. They certainly factor this in, but more run production also favors better hitting teams. Better hitting teams are usually favored, so hence looking to bet more favorites. If we look at just the month of June, sure enough, favorites of minus 155 or more have a 77% win rate, 84-25 win-loss record. If you just simply bet favorites higher than minus 150, you'd be up almost 2K in just the past 3 weeks alone. Now, the main reason I bring this up is just to basically say I told you so and how great I am. But besides that, I'm sure you've noticed how well favorites have been doing recently yourself. You may have even been cashing some of those popular, big money line parlays everyone loves to do. But if you haven't been taking advantage of this hot streak by big favorites, I don't recommend starting to do so now. It is not a long-term profitable strategy, just betting big favorites. The market always corrects itself, and if you jump on now, it's too late. But if you've been betting favorites and, have built up some units from that, from it, why not ride it out until it bucks you off, You can afford to see how far it goes. But enough about all that crap and strategy and stuff that'll help, bettors win money long term. Let's get into the play of the day that may or may not help you win money in the present for just today alone. We're going Nats Fish, Ross Poteet. We got two teams going in opposite directions right now. And I'm going with the Nats here. They're playing solid baseball, winners of 9 of their last 10 games. And I'm going to make this real short because it really just comes down to a few things here. If we look at the pitching matchup, it slightly favors Miami and Poteet when we look at overall season numbers. You can see Ross has double the starts and innings pitched. Poteet has a better ERA, WHIP. But these are overall season numbers. What if we look at something more recent, like 30 days? Looking back just over the past 30 days, we can see a huge difference. Ross has had 5 starts to Poteet's 3. Ross with a much better ERA, WHIP. Opponents are only hitting 190 off him. But possibly the biggest difference is Poteet's command over his last 3 starts. He has an 8.4 base on ball per 9 rate. Which is not what you want when facing a team who's swinging a hot bat like Washington. Now, if we look at overall season batting numbers, they're about the same between Washington and Miami. Washington has a slight edge in batting average, OPS. Isolated power and BATPIP are pretty much the same. But again, what about if we look at recent numbers? This is where we see a big difference. Washington's playing some of their best ball right now offensively. They have a 135 WRC plus just in the last 7 days. 855 OPS. Nats are pissing on the ball lately. And I broke this matchup down like this for, a reason. It's to show you overall numbers and then recent numbers. And as the season progresses, you have to adapt to changes in how we research and break down games. This time of the season, I don't like to weigh overall season numbers as much. What a pitcher was doing in April doesn't really help us much as far as predictive value in games in late June or early July. So you want to start to weigh recent numbers a bit, heavier than they're going to be much more reflective of a team's true ability. The recent numbers. Now for Washington's batting, it's only on a 7-day sample size, but the point can be made if you look at the last 14 days or last 30 days. And again, what a team was doing in April doesn't matter to me now. So Washington is the better, hotter team right now. We can get them cheap at a price around minus 115. And maybe the reason why they're only 115 is because the overall numbers between these two teams are pretty similar. But based on recent numbers alone, they'd be closer to a minus 150 favorite. So let's go ahead and lock them in. Washington Nats minus 115 for the official play of the day. And that's going to do it for this one. Hope you guys smash it today and sweep the board. And as always, may all the umps calls go your way.